Hey everybody, pregnancy vlog time, and it is 37 weeks as of today. I can't believe it. That means technically this whole situation is full term now. So I just went to the doctor yesterday. I've been seeing the doctor weekly now for, I guess, 2 weeks. I've had 2 appointments, I believe, since the last time I sat down here and vlogged. And I'm just so excited. I feel like I've been climbing slowly, like to the top of a mountain, and now I'm there, and I'm gonna hang out there for maybe a few more weeks because the due date is actually September 17th. So we'll see if I make it that far. But the doctor has now begun checking to see if I am dilated yet, which I am not. I have not been for the past couple of appointments. There have been 2 times that that's been checked. But he's able to feel in there and kind of get some idea of the condition of the cervix, and I think it's maybe been referred to as ripening, or I'm not really sure. Maybe softening was what he said, and he's noticing a little bit of that. But I'm just very glad to be able to report that things are going along very normally. Just can't be thankful enough for the fact that this has been going so smoothly. But it's just so exciting to think, you know, we're actually getting really close now. And I know I mentioned in the last video, it's like, I think sometimes pregnancy seems so long, you get in that point somewhere in the middle where it's like, is this ever going to truly happen? It's kind of hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel at times, and I feel like, you know, we're almost there, so that's great. Now, the appointment we go to next week, the doctor said we will get to do another ultrasound, and he will try to gauge or get an estimate on the birth weight. So we are really excited to find that out because, as you know, Tyler's real big, I'm real small. I'm really eager to find out what size baby we're working with at this time, and I know a lot of people have told me that birth weight estimates can be really off, and I realize that, but it's just always fun anytime you get to go in and do an ultrasound and really get to take another look in there at the baby, at Baby Belle. By the way, I'm feeling very Jesse James Decker inspired today, so that's why I've got my bandana on, holding the hair back. I tell you what, I love the hair out of the face. That's been like my pregnancy craving in terms of fashion. It's just get it out of my face. But my bags for the hospital are packed. Thank you so much to everyone from the last pregnancy vlog who left so many like super useful, fabulous comments about the most helpful things that you had with you when you went to the hospital. If you want to see more on what I'm actually taking, let me know, but I've got like a clothes bag and a little bag with, you know, toiletry type items. Yes, some makeup. I had to pack a little makeup bag in there. Snacks and stuff like that. Also, I have my diaper bag all together. It's sitting down there in my closet, and I glance at it like every day when I get ready thinking, when am I going to have to snatch this stuff up and take it with me? Symptom-wise, I guess the main thing has just been adapting to my ever-growing belly. I just feel like throughout the whole pregnancy, the growth is so gradual that it kind of happens almost without you knowing it. It's like, obviously there's been a change to your body, but it doesn't affect that many things that you do, and now I feel like it's just front and center in my mind whenever I'm standing up, sitting down, laying down. And I have been going about my days very normally, you know, doing my videos like I would normally do, just moving around with relative ease, I think. But I would say the hardest part is when it becomes bedtime and you're trying to find that comfy position to sleep in. I have been using my pregnancy pillow. It's a Snuggle, I think it's called, but it really wraps around you, like kind of twists around your head, and it comes up in between your knees as well, and that's really great. Even if you don't have a pregnancy pillow, like sticking a pillow in between your knees, I think it helps kind of with the positioning of your hips and stuff. But I'm realizing how much I miss sleeping on my stomach. I used to sleep on my stomach all the time, but it's like once you've been sleeping for so long and then you wake up in the middle of the night and you decide you kind of want to roll over, it prompts this whole domino effect of, okay, it's really hard to turn over, and oh, now I've really got to go to the bathroom. So you get up and go to the bathroom, wake yourself up, have trouble falling asleep again. It's like that's been my cycle in the overnight hours now. But a big thing I wanted to get to in this video are your questions, because I know I had mentioned in my last video that I wanted to do this kind of Q&A style, and there were some questions left on the video, also Twitter, Facebook, so I'm trying to pull up on my phone. I'm just going to try to go through rapid fire and get to as many of these as I can. Forgive me if you've heard me address these in some other pregnancy pregnancy vlogs. I know I have talked about certain things in other vlogs, also on Beauty Broadcast Live here and there. First off, did you change anything in your beauty routine due to pregnancy? A big thing that I changed was with my skincare routine. I know early on in my pregnancy, it was wintertime, and that may have played into this as well, but my skin was extremely dry, and so I made sure to use cleansers and things that weren't stripping my skin as much. Love the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Continue to use that. That was a Kristen Game recommendation, and it's just been freaking awesome this whole time. Trying to use products with gentle ingredients in them. Couple things that I've also made a point to eliminate are products that contain retinol. I know that's not something that's good to use during pregnancy. And also like blemish treatments. I love the Clean and Clear Persagel for any zits that I might get here and there, but from what I understand, you shouldn't be using things like that during pregnancy, so I haven't. So I think it's been kind of a matter of simplifying things somewhat and just eliminating those things that might be a problem. Have you been forgetting things and having pregnancy brain? I don't think it's been too bad, really, throughout most of this pregnancy, but I tell you what, I sat down here earlier this week, and I don't know if it's a matter of just getting preoccupied in my brain with the thought of, OMG, you know, when is this baby gonna come? But I was sitting down here and doing reviews on a couple of those Essence products that I talked about on the Express channel, and it was like my train of thought was just going all the time. Like I kept having to stop and be like, what was I gonna say? Are you hoping Belle will love makeup as much as you do someday? Obviously, I think it would be awesome if she were to share my interest in makeup someday. But at the same time, I realized that my love / obsession with makeup goes far beyond the average person's love for makeup. So I would not at all be surprised if she turns out to maybe, you know, use makeup now and then but not care for it nearly as much as I do. And that's totally cool with me. I think if she goes on and has some interests that are completely different from mine, I'm just gonna embrace that and appreciate that and be there for her if she needs some lip balm. Are you planning to breastfeed? Yes, I am. That's pretty much been the plan all along. I actually recently, I don't know, within the past couple months went to a breastfeeding class that the hospital hosted, and it was super duper informative. I'm sure it will be quite a learning process for one who has never done it before, but I think this is what our bodies naturally want to do. And yeah, I just hope it all works out. Are you nervous about childbirth? Yes, I am. There is a certain amount of nervousness there. I will say I'm not as nervous as I once was. Again, I went to a class that the hospital put on. It was all about childbirth, all about the way the hospital I will be at handles things and just goes about the whole process and the what ifs. And that really set my mind at ease so much. The more informed I am, the more I have kind of a vision of, okay, this is how it's going to go, the more comfortable I feel. And I gotta say, I've got a fabulous doctor, very supportive family as well. Everybody's just feeling so positive about this. I'm just truly so excited about it. I do think that the excitement and just the eagerness does at some point, you know, overtake the nervousness, and the baby's got to get out somehow. So are you planning to vlog the experience? I do plan to have the camera in there. I really want to capture these memories for, if nothing else, for ourselves, you know, to look back on someday. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Like, I don't know if I'll make it into a public, you know, YouTube type vlog, or if we'll just kind of keep that to ourselves. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see how hostile I become during the birthing process and take it from there. But no, I do definitely plan to get some things on video. Okay, pulling up Twitter as well. How long did you and Tyler try before getting pregnant? When did I talk about this? This would have been, I think, the first vlog, actually. I gave our backstory, and actually this happened much faster than either of us would have anticipated. I went off the pill, and then the very next period that I should have had, I missed that one. So it was within that first month of being off the pill that this all went down. I know it's way too early and you're probably not thinking about it much, but are you planning on having more kids? Yeah, we do hope to eventually have more kids. Now to get to a few of the Facebook questions. Anything that you are experiencing you did not think you would or thought you would but have not? I guess it didn't occur to me just how it was gonna feel internally carrying a child. Like just feeling all the movements and all the space that the baby takes up, you know, up around your rib cage and everything like that. I don't know that there's anything that truly prepares you for what that really feels like. So that was kind of, I guess, unexpected, or something that I just would have had no idea about. And then things I thought I would experience but haven't. Probably the sickness aspect. I know my mom was pretty sick during the first trimesters with all 3 of us kids. So I sort of thought in the back of my mind that could happen to me too, and it happens to so many people, but I did not go through any period of time where I was barfing and feeling awful. Okay, here's a question that a lot of people thumbs up. What kind of maternity leave will you be taking since you are your own business? Are you nervous about slowing down your online presence? This is something we've talked about, I know, a lot on Beauty Broadcast Live. And you know, I do plan to take a little time off from the makeup videos for a little while after the baby comes. I'm not 100% sure right now how much, you know, it may be a couple weeks. I just kind of want to feel things out for a while. But I just feel very aware that these are times I will never get back. You know, when that baby is so new, and that's your newborn child, and I just want to be completely engrossed in everything that's happening. And not that I won't be when I start getting back to doing videos, but it's just like those early days, you know, where you're figuring out so much for the first time, and you know what it's going to be like to be changing these diapers and doing feedings and all this kind of thing. I want to take some time to really adjust to that and really enjoy it too. And I don't feel nervous about that, because I do feel like my viewers are like next level awesome. Like you guys, you get me, you understand me, you know that these YouTube channels that I have are such a passion for me. I think you know that I love what I'm doing, and I'm not going to abandon that stuff for good or anything like that. I think we all know it's really important to embrace the new motherhood phase, and I'll keep you updated in different ways, even if you're not seeing me as regularly in videos. And you might also see some videos, depending on the timing and how everything works out. I might have videos that I've recorded earlier that sporadically kind of come up while I'm not technically shooting new videos. So I guess the short answer to that is yes, I do plan to take some time away. I'm not sure exactly how much, but then I do plan to get back into things, and I don't want to abandon, you know, all the channels and stuff that I've been doing. Is your mom going to be helping you out early on? I believe so, yeah. She's offered to kind of help out around the house early on, and I think that's going to be super useful. I think it will make transitioning into life with a baby a lot easier, and just a little less stressful when there are questions and, you know, the unknown little things come up here and there. Will Belle have a place on any of your YouTube channels? I think you may see her from time to time. As you guys know, I'm not really a daily vlogger, so there's a lot of my everyday life that doesn't turn up on videos, but I think you may catch her here and there, because bottom line, I mean, I don't shoot my videos in a studio. I'm shooting them in my home. You may hear her from time to time. You may see her now and then. I think, you know, it's a very natural environment. I pride myself in being very open, real, and honest with you guys. So if something's going on and baby gets into the picture, you know, that may happen. What is the biggest piece of advice you would give to someone who is currently pregnant? I'm going to steal a piece of advice that my sister-in-law Sarah gave to me early on. I remember her saying, you know, you'll get hit with tons of advice, so make sure to just keep front and center in your mind what your doctor is actually telling you to do. Because you do just get a lot of things coming in from all different angles. And it's not always someone giving you advice, but someone like telling you the way they think it's going to turn out, or the way they think it's going to be this and that. I just totally agree with what Sarah said. It's like your doctor is the one dealing, you know, week in and week out with you, knows your situation. So if you have questions, or somebody makes you fearful about something or paranoid about something, just think, you know, what did my doctor say about this? Or maybe I'll ask them about that next time. I'm going to have a nickname for her like Pup or Bub. Totally. I would be completely shocked if she did not have a nickname of some kind. I mean, it usually just kind of pops out naturally. I'm not sure what the nickname will end up being, but I know my cat has at least like 5 or 6 different nicknames, so that, if that gives you any indication. Gosh, there are so many more great questions. I might have to just throw some of these into the next vlog I do. Maybe just do some at the end again. But there are a lot of questions that kind of seem to pertain to, like, what are you most fearful about once the baby is here, or what are you most nervous about pertaining to motherhood and stuff like that. And I don't know that I have a really good answer to that. I feel like the whole situation seems pretty intimidating to me. I have much respect for the amount of work that it takes to be a mom. I know from my own mom and hearing about so many other wonderful mothers out there, it's no small undertaking whatsoever, and I've got a lot of respect for that. I guess I'm just nervous about thinking, you know, am I up to the challenge? Am I up to the task? Will I have enough energy? I'm hoping that maybe my years of waking up in the middle of the night to go to work for the morning news will prepare me in some way for, you know, popping up in the middle of the night for a feeding or whatever it may be. Like I was telling my mom the other day, it's kind of like you're going through a cave and you just can't see anything and you're just feeling your way along. For me, I am the kind of person who really likes to know, okay, what's going to happen? What's the game plan? What's blah, blah, blah. And I do think there will be a certain amount of adjusting to how flexible one needs to be with parenthood, how flexible your routine needs to become. And I just know I'm going to love this little baby like crazy, but just all the other little things. Just hope Tyler and I do a good job of it. I think we'll make a good team, but you know, there's just that nervousness about something you've never done before. So thank you guys so much for your questions. Those were really great, and gosh, I don't know how many more of these vlogs we'll have to go. Stay updated on my Twitter, my Facebook. Should something happen before September 17th, I will for sure let you guys know. But for right now, like I said, I got another appointment scheduled for next week just to go in and see the doctor, get that ultrasound. I am looking forward to it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.